Yo, what is going on? It's been a while. You're most probably here for the polyphasic sleep videos. With a lot to get through because I've got to catch you up. I do like to keep these short, but this one's going to be a bit longer. So, that being said, right off the bat, what have I learned this year in my polyphasic sleep attempts? Well, one is I've learned not to miss my evening nap. When I get to around 6 p.m, 7 p.m, it's easy to think to myself, well, I'll just push through. I've got my core coming up at 10:30. Even though I'm a little bit sleepy, I won't take a nap. And what happens is I wake up from the core more tired than I would have been had I taken that evening nap. And I learnt that from hitting the forums. So the Reddit forum has come in very handy. There's another forum I've come across. I don't have the name for it. If I remind myself to, I will put the link to it in the video description. The other thing I've learned is when you're not doing it, let's say you've had a couple of days where you've been off the schedule, and you're gearing yourself up to get back into it, the thought that pops up is, oh, this is going to be really hard. But then when I actually do it, when I do that first day, given my experience, because I've done this a lot, the first day, it's not all that hard. So that initial thought of, oh, this is going to be really difficult, can hold you back. So those are the two things that are at the forefront of my mind. But I wanted to kick this video off. I think I've found the perfect way to approach productivity, schedule, routine, but combining it with having a healthy little bit of flexibility to allow there to be some spontaneity and to not feel like I'm in a prison. Let's say, for example, I was to get on here now and tell you that I'm setting out to go 40 days. Here's my schedule. This is what I'm going to do every day for 40 days. Rather than doing that, now this new approach, I'm going to take it day by day. So tomorrow is going to be day one. And the idea now is that, and you can be doing this along with me, we're all in this together. The deal now is I say what I'm going to do. A man's word, a man is only as deep as his word. And that's Eric Thomas. I'm using the spirit of Eric Thomas. If you don't know who I'm talking about, go look him up. Eric Thomas, the hip-hop preacher. The guy, now, I'm all into the Tao, you know, Wu Wei, if you've heard of that. It's Eastern philosophy for not forcing things, but finding the natural flow and the rhythm of life. And I'm all for that, but when you've gone a little bit off the page and you're a little bit low on energy, Eric Thomas, there's something about that guy. It's real, man. It's coming from his heart. And it's working for him. What am I getting at? Well, there's two schools of thought. There's one school which is work hard, people won't outwork you. You may have more success, but you won't outwork me. Just do it. Nose to the grindstone. There's that kind of philosophy. The other way of life is to go with the flow. Spend more time in quiet contemplation. Don't be taking action for action's sake. Get aligned first and use inspired action rather than motivated action, rather than having to push yourself and force it. So those are the two extremes. Now, Eric Thomas, I think he's leaning more on that just do it side of things. But it's working for him. Like, he's tapping in to love. That's what I noticed from Eric. He's tapping in to that love, and he's drawing upon the pain of past experience, but he's using it. He's a force for good, man. That's the best way to put it. So now, your word. So I'm going to decide each day, I'm going to decide upon how it is I want to live my life. On this page is my schedule for tomorrow. It's all the things, it's like an ideal day. And I can honestly look at this and I can honestly say that this is what I believe I need to do in order to be the strongest, bestest version of myself. It's in alignment with my core values. It's in alignment with my beliefs. So it's day one. We're going to take it a day at a time. Now, I may complete day one and then, like, let's say we get to day 10, day 11, I might sit here. I'm going to do these videos every day because I got a lot out of them. And I know I'm laboring the point because, okay, take a step back. This is a game, and I'm laying out for you the rules of the game so that you can perhaps use this and come up with your own game, okay? So let's say we get to day 10. I might decide that day 11 it's most appropriate to take a holiday. Then it's a game of sticking to the holiday and not checking my work emails and responding to client requests. So look, I've written down these 5 things at the bottom. Why I think this is the perfect approach to productivity and schedule and flow. It's not too difficult, just one day at a time. I've only got to do tomorrow. Like, I might do this tomorrow and decide I hate it and then realize, well, I need more flexibility, or this isn't the right routine or the right schedule and I need to tweak it. So it allows for you to pivot. I missed out a very important piece. I was just looking back on the footage. Now, at the point where I've just said, I may do this and realize that I hate it. Now, don't get me wrong. I've got to keep my word. This is day 1. So even if I wake up in the morning and I decide I hate this, I will stick to the schedule no matter how much I hate it. If I get to the end of it, I'll stick to it so that when I get to the end of it, then I share with you, I'll tell you whether it was the right routine or whether I regretted it or not. And here's the thing about regret. When you go to the gym, like, have you ever regretted going to the gym? And that's the question you have to ask yourself sometimes. When you're about to go to the gym and you think, oh, you know what, I can't really be bothered. But when you think to yourself, have I ever regretted going to the gym? No, I never regret going to the gym. I feel great after going to the gym. So no matter how much I might hate it, I'll probably get to the end of it and realize that voice that was telling me that this is horrible was just the voice of habit or the voice of ego or the voice that wants me to stay small. So don't get me wrong, this is all about keeping to my word, keeping to your word, but doing it a day at a time. Not saying I'm going to do this for 60 days and then we're going to build slowly. So we build up the confidence, yes. And like, I know I can do this. I know I can do this. It's one day. And so we get to the end of it and I'll tell you whether I regretted it or not, or whether I believe it's the wrong schedule, and then you just tweak it and you decide for what you're going to do the next day. But when that alarm clock goes off, it's not about whether I want to or whether I don't want to. It's on the page. I've given my word. I've signed it. That's my signature. I must do it. There is flexibility built in if I'm like, I mean, I don't want to be at my desk like falling asleep like that. If I'm that tired, I take as many naps as I want, but I need to give it my best effort. I use my pen when I want to make a point. I only get one shot at being Michael Thomas. You only get one shot at being this version that you are now. Okay? I believe that death isn't the end, but you're only going to get one shot at this version of you. Okay? So I needed to make that point. It was very important. Focus 2 focuses on the process and consistency, not the end result. I don't believe that you can do what you say you need to do for like 90 days straight or a year and not have something good happen. Okay, something good, like, I don't even believe that's possible, man. I don't even believe that's possible, man. For you to do what you say you need to do every day, and for not something amazing show up in your life, to have like your dream show up in your life. I've spoken about my web development channel a lot on this channel, and I'm not going to say too much about it, but I am being approached by people who are interested in sponsoring me. So my dream is showing up. 3. Now here's the kicker. A tangible negative and positive consequences. What am I on about? Now, there needs to be some reward and some negative consequence to not doing it, okay? So if I don't do it, now here's the thing, that we're all motivated by different things. Like, some of us are motivated by money, some by love and romance, some by personal, whatever it is for you. Now, romance is a big driver for me. I need to complete 40 days in a row. So at any one point in my life, I'm doing this for life. At any point in my life, even if it's 3 years from now, I can't engage in any form of romance, whether it be with another person or myself. I'm using the word romance because there's too many negative connotations to other words like nofap and what have you. I can't engage in any of that. I saw this, it was, who was it? It was the Bulletproof Coffee guy, Dave Asprey. He was talking about a guy who decided he wasn't going to allow himself to ejaculate until he made 200k or something. And he did it. I don't know the guy, whether he documented it on the internet, but it's a very big driver for men especially. So I need to be able to say, yeah, consecutively for 40 days, I've done what I believed was in most alignment with the strongest, most powerful, loving version of Michael Thomas. Okay, so that's my driver. That's the kicker. Okay, so 4, it's flexible. 5, allows for changes in rhythm and circumstances and goal. So worked into my daily schedule, daily routine is waking up at 2 a.m. Well, specifically tomorrow at 3 a.m. because it's the first day back on my polyphasic sleep schedule and I may find it a little tricky getting to sleep. So I've got to wake up by 3 a.m. I'm doing YouTube, I'm doing JavaScript. If I decide I don't want to be a developer one day, it'll be different. So rather than saying I'm going to do 40 days YouTube, it allows for that flexibility. So that's basically it. I'll just go over some of the schedule with you. So I wake up at 3 after my core. Now here's the other thing. I can take as many 30-minute naps as I like, but there's only one core. And this, I believe, will allow me to adapt to sleeping polyphasically. I'm going for the everyman schedule. After each 30-minute nap, I must at least get up, get out of the room, walk around for 5 minutes, splash cold water on my face. What I know, I've been a little bit excited on this video. I'm just kind of mellowing out a little bit now. And here's the thing, like talking to the camera, finding the right cadence to be entertaining and engaging and enunciating your words takes practice. So that's another thing why I'm going to be making a video and uploading a video every single day, is to develop this craft of talking to camera. So anyway, I take as many naps as I want, at least get up, walk around, because here's what's been happening. I've been sticking to my core. I don't find that too hard because I actually wake up at 2 a.m, 3 a.m, and I'm actually very alert. But I've been taking a long second sleep. So now it's the one core. I've got to at least get up, walk around for 5 minutes, maybe go outside. If I really am tired, then okay, have another 30-minute nap. So I've got to be able to get on here tomorrow. Okay, I've got to be able to get on here, report back to you and myself, and I don't want any excuses. Like, if I don't manage to get to sleep tonight, like say it's 12 a.m, I've not fallen asleep, I'll get up, I'll make the most of it, maybe work on YouTube for 3 hours, take my core at 3 a.m, but not just think, oh well, sod it, I'll just sleep for 9 hours. Okay, I think you get the picture. So I may not stick to this rigidly, it's an outline, okay? So you can write down your ideal day. So if you've stuck with me this far, then hopefully it's resonating and you can be doing this with me. So I think that's pretty much it. I'll leave it there. There's other elements involved in this. I'm resonating very strongly with Dr. Schulz, and I've been getting more probiotics, healthy gut health and energy, eating more greens. We've got one of these thermo mixers now, so I've been making green smoothies. So the greens are for your health. I've got movement in here at 8 a.m. You might be interested in the schedule. Okay, so I've got 5 to 6 hours YouTube, JavaScript. I take a nap around about 5:30 a.m. 8 a.m. is an hour for movement, yoga. I'm working a regular 9 to 5 at home. I'm a remote developer, but I've got so many projects on that I'm pushing the gym aside. I'm going to do movement. I usually go to the gym, and I usually do a bit of shopping. So by the time I get home, have something to eat, that's 2.5 hours out of my day. Well, I'm just going to do an hour, maybe some yoga on the floor, some qigong. My 9 to 5 here in the office. I have an hour for lunch, and I take a half an hour nap. An hour and a half for dinner and family time. Candle focus at 7, and then it's back in here at 7:30 for YouTube. So there you go. The other thing, I've got to write a letter to someone, and I've got to prepare that letter. Okay. Right, there you have it. Now the other videos from now on, they're not going to be as erratic as this one, okay? I'll mellow out and I'll find my voice and I'll have the energy, and they won't be as long. They'll be as to the point and as concise as I can make them, and as entertaining as I can make them. I hope you got something out of that. I'll leave it there. So the next thing you'll hear from me is reporting back to see how day 1 went. I will have prepared day 2, I'm looking forward to it. I'm psyched. I hope you are. How would your life change if you did what you say you need to do in order to be the strongest, most loving, most powerful, most successful version of yourself? How would your life change if you did that 90 days in a row? 180 days in a row, a year in a row. Not even in a row. Like, yes, we may fall off one day, but then we get back on it and we show up. Okay? Hope you got something from that. Catch you next time. Peace.